and a lot more safety for the Varus.
G2 right now, they're just looking for a little bit more engage, and there was that rel that we were talking about. Not only is it a huge comfort pick for Labrov, but it synergizes nicely with the composition. And G2 gone for a very traditional front-to-back style of composition, whereas Top Esports have a little bit more dive, and Bessa Wukong comes through from Han Summer. Jackula goes for a bunch of fights, then he goes back and he TPs early, coming back to lane, and he keeps up the pressure. He's built up a very nice lead in the bot lane 2 versus 2, and the pressure he has resulted in...
Broken Blade, nice timing on the level 6. Debating
Does mean that we have the possibilities for contesting at least a couple of them.
One grub already down. Kanavi, though, uses his smite, so may opt to just back away. Caps has access to the TP shortly, but is slightly delayed. Cream also resetting, so it seems like neither side wants to full-on fist fight. Just hoping that they can move in, leverage their pressure, rather than needing to go all in.
G2 have to be very careful. Burst damage from Akali right now is huge. Akali plus Wukong.
Cream on the way in, Unbreakable coming in for Hong. Skewmon going a little bit wide, and Winds become Lightning, and G2 pulling back as a 4-stack. That's 1-to-1 in terms of overall grubs. TES will grab the 2 grub buff. G2, again, didn't want to push their luck. Have to be so careful fighting into that Braum, fighting into that level 6.
Look at these lane assignments from Top Esports. They've got 369. Ooh, getting
Labrov,
engaged on.
Immediate ulti. Public execution not going to take 369 out to safety. The Ignite ticking down, but he's got more than enough shielding just to walk away. Ulti for ulti, but they get the flash from 369. Traded for Labrov's as TES. See an opportunity bot side. G2 stepping too far forward. Q flash from Hong goes completely wide, but it doesn't matter. The concussive blows connecting in the end, and it's first blood for Jackie Love.
G2 tried to find...
Where he just beat like
He
400
got flogged. Yeah, that's rough.
That was some good punches there from 369. Chunks caps down below 50% and earns the objective pretty effortlessly.
Feels like a repeat of what we saw in the first game of Swiss. Top Esports finding these early leads. G2 not really having many options to trade back elsewhere on the map. And Top Esports are playing with these advantages very, very well. They've accrued a 1k gold lead. They have full control over the early objectives. They're trying to make a play on Jackula, but he's not afraid of anything.
Entering strike goes wide, but the ulti from Varus does not. Immediate TP in. Labrov about to get one shot. Jackie Love happy to have a second kill. Hong gonna make sure he donates. No, they donated to Cream, who contributed. Builds that individual lane advantage, and the rest of the team now coming home to reap the rewards. Caps and the rest of G2 want to cover. They do not want to concede this tower. Labrov ghosting in. Riding in on a steel horse, ulti available, no flash, but he might not need it. Hung gonna be sacrificed. TES sticking around a bit too long on the top side, and Caps happy to reap the rewards.
All of the supports are the party favors that you were mentioning. Willing to donate, the sacrifice, as you say, Kanavi.
Kanavi kicking things off with the Cyclone. Cream waiting behind, still has access to the perfect execution, No, on cooldown from the previous play. Portabelt also used with the public execution, taking out Labrov. And it's not just the mid laners taking the kills.
Was a bit different, but this control, the advantages they built in lanes, transitioning it now into the Herald. TES dominating game 1.
All in though, Caps! No time for redemption! Cream!
Oriana, and now the side lanes, I mean, just look at the minimap. Fully in control for Top Esports.
Cream having a hell of a time.
And G2, they have to group and force.
G2 ignoring topside, letting that wave be deleted because they know they need to defend mid lane. Rift Herald, Kanavi mounted up. Looking for a knock-up, Unbreakable for a brief moment. Now moving into the backside, that's the Cyclone. Skewmon gets out the Crescent Guard to mitigate some of the damage, but he's still locked down by Jackie Love. Moving into the circle briefly as Hong does his best to body block. All in from G2. The public execution brings 369 right into G2's backline, and they start to fall. TES make it look effortless. Cream pulled back, the shockwave, Caps a moment. He turns it back for G2 and takes 2 in return.
Because after that fight,
Shockwave in just a few seconds. G2 know they have an angle to turn it. It's a brief window of opportunity. They managed to take away the Drake. Now they're keeping the fight going though. Excellent ulti again, catching out Skewmon. He's been locked down, he'll be sacrificed. TES get 1 on the exit kills, but G2 slow.
The assistance of Hong. They keep G2 at arm's length, but they don't yet start the objective. They want to get the tower, and this will go uncontested.
G2 losing more and more control over the bottom side. Passive. AK getting lower. Kanavi looking for the flank. G2 have no idea. They want to burn this down. They see the TP now. They realize they may have overstepped, but the Otacon's been leashed. TES won the fight. Double redemption, but they're grouping for the Cyclone. Crescent Guard denies it for a brief moment, but all of G2 have to run because once again, it is 369 and Cream back to back. The triple kill for the Akali. G2 are helpless in the face of this Top Esports dive.
he's rolling all night. This Ambessa is insane. He's cutting them down. The teleport ward is perfectly placed, and G2 have been decimated.
Shepherded into a choke point. Top Esports collapse like wolves and tear G2 Caps.
Caps wants to clear the wave, I guess. Buys a brief moment with the Zanya to contemplate his failures because he will not get any kills.
He clears out the wave, but questionable play there as the Arakan is secured by Top Esports. A 7K gold lead, and just beautiful team fighting from this Top Esports squad. The fact that G2 had no recourse, no escape as they get picked apart.
On an early game from TES that was so commanding, that was so confident, that was already a Hail Mary for G2. And frankly, at this point, Hail Marys are all they have left.
I mean,
With Wukong and Mbessa, the turn is crazy threatening. 369 though, he's still out on the map.
Q flash coming into the shattering strike. Skumon gonna follow up. Public execution gets a little bit of space for 369 as he flashes out. The Drake Hound step, but the shockwave brings him right back. Hung on the way in to try to protect his top laner, blocking so much damage with the Unbreakable. And now it's Cream in the Shroud. 5 members. The death ball of G2 as Cream dashes right back out. And Kanavi goes in. TES diving, dodging, cutting through G2. And now it's Broken Blade to try to turn it back. He's gone all out, but it might be too late. Skumon staying living for a brief moment. Redemption now coming in. The extra healing from Thunder Sky will not do a damn thing. Broken Blade down, an ace for TES.
Absolutely beautiful from Top Esports once again. Cream went in a little bit too eager. He was isolated from his team, but the moment that Kanavi finds the angle onto the backline, G2 just fall apart.
Yeah, this is one way to start a fight. Just keep on split pushing as the only one left applying pressure. 369 uses his ult, his flash, his dashes, still gets locked
Out
back.
by Cream.
And remember, for both of these teams, there are questions about how they will respond to pressure. For now, Cream needs to worry about responding to the Xin, though, as he dodges through, managing to get away from the shockwave. Redemption going in. He will dash through with the perfect execution. Goes back in onto Caps. I don't think he needed to go back in.
Kanavi can.
That one wasn't it, but Caps gonna flash out the exhaust.
They're gonna need it a lot more.
Cream did get the Zanyas though, so we'll have access to another stasis effect as Kanavi's just stepping forward to poke. Ulti from Jackie Love locking down Broken Blade. It's a split fight. Kanavi still stepping forward, not hesitating to do so much work. Shockwave only connecting onto 369, but it just does not stop him.
Oh my God.
Passive procs left and right. Running down G2 Esports, a double kill for Jackie Love as these kills are donated to him so consistently. Flashes over the wall. He knows a dead body when he sees it, and G2 out of this game 1.
Cream was just the starter. The main dish of 369 had yet to arrive, and my goodness, did it blow G2 away in game 1.
G2 sent reeling TES. The dominance from Swiss was not a one-time thing. G2 sent back to the drawing board as TES run a victory lap around Summoner's Rift.